Mark from the Box Store Craftsman. This week's project was spawned out of necessity where I needed a place to keep my magazines, catalogs, and things of that nature that I have that end up all over my desk, all over my workbenches, etc., etc. But I needed a place to keep them close by, so I came up with this adjustable magazine rack. So no matter what my number of magazines are at a time, this one will accommodate it, but it's small enough footprint that it'll fit on the corner of the desk. When I started drawing this in SketchUp this past week, I made it where it would use off-the-rack lumber, specifically a 1x6. So there's no milling or anything needed to do with it. You can just slap it together in a couple of hours. It doesn't take a long time. The adjustability comes from one big sliding dovetail that we have in there. They slide in, lock in place, you're good to go. If you're interested in the plans, they'll be available on the website. And if you download them and you build one of these or your variation of it, send us some pictures of it. We'd like to see them. Maybe we'll try to get them up on the site. Let's get started. There are only 7 pieces to this project, and construction is simple as only nails and glue are needed for assembly. I'm setting up my saw at 16 inches to crosscut what will become the base and top guide rails. I use my push stick as a stop block for my workpiece. We'll need 2 pieces at 16 inches. I had one piece of mahogany that was just the right length for this project, so I used it for contrast. Now set your saw for 5 inches and rip your bookends to width. Now set your saw blade at 14 degrees and rip the top guides. Make sure to save your drop off because you can use it as a sanding block later on. Now we can work on attaching the top guides to the base and set it aside to dry. While the base is drying, we can work on the feet. I'm cutting the template for our feet from the printable pattern available in the SketchUp plans. You will need to print 2 of them. Now it's time to head to the spindle sander, smooth it out. After sanding, I ease the edges with a 1/4 inch roundover bit. With our table saw still set at 14 degrees, I just clipped the corners to finish the feet off. With our base out of the clamps, I place it on a flat surface, center the book end, and carefully, I repeat carefully, trace the outline of our dovetail. Just like with our feet, carefully attach your templates, cut them out of the bandsaw, be good to go. With everything sanded, I simply attach the feet with a little bit of glue and a couple of brads. Now for a couple of coats of high gloss lacquer. All completed and ready for service.